Hello, everyone. How are you? If you can hear me, give me a three in the chat. If you can hear me, give me a three in the chat. Today, we are going to get really, really, really deep into some scientific information. I was going to go all out with my hair today and curl it and stuff, but listen, it's just not happening. It's later in the day. Got a bunch of shipping and packing done, and this is where we are. But how are you guys today? How are you feeling? How are you doing? I was about to be so mad at myself if I left my notes downstairs, but I didn't. How are you guys? I really hope that everybody is in a really, really good mood because today we are going to have a really, really relaxed, really real deal conversation. All right. So I don't want anybody to be in a place where they can't receive, right? And I want everybody to be completely out of the mode of offense. Okay. Can we promise each other that? All right. Can we promise each other that real quick before we get started? Can we promise each other that? All right. So today, I want to talk about foundations and I want us to really, really get deep into how we get to the places that we're in, right? And so most of you that are on my channel are here for different reasons. So before I get started, I don't want to assume why you're here. If you're watching right now, if you can hear the sound of my voice, why are you here? What is the thing that you're expecting to get from me? Like what is the exact thing that you're expecting to get from me? While I'm waiting to hear that from you, right? While you're typing, let's talk about the skin, right? And the reason that we're talking about the skin is because your hair grows out of your skin, right? It grows out of your hair follicle. Your hair follicle is located in your skin, right? So hair is the biggest organ on the human body, right? It covers everything from the top of the head to the bottom of the feet. And there are different things and different properties of the skin. So, in knowing that skin is the biggest organ on the body, right? The next question that I have for you: what organ in the body operates well when it is clogged or when it is blocked? Right? It's not a rhetorical question. These are all questions that I need you guys to write down, ask yourselves, right? So the reason that I'm saying this today is because I want us to be in the energy of receiving, right? I want you to be in the energy of receiving without offense. Now, if you are new to my channel, then you may not know this about me, but I am straight no chaser. Anything that I say is coming from love. I'm not saying anything in a disrespectful way, but I am a mirror, right? And sometimes when you look in the mirror and you have accountability, it's hard. Accountability is one of the hardest things to do, which is why nobody does it, right? So this is a place where you come to learn some things, and in the midst of you learning, you may have to have some real life accountability. All right, you may have to have some real life accountability, and that is okay. I need you to know that anything that I say is coming from love. So everybody lose offense. And the example that I am about to put on the screen, I know a lot of times on social media, this is my Crimson Magic, by the way. I know that a lot of times on social media, whenever people share posts or they share comments, it's like to shame people. That's not how I get down. So even before I went to school, like my father was a psychiatrist, like it was and a social worker. It was so annoying. Oh my God, because he would shrink me at home. But I learned that every moment is a teachable moment. So I want to open up with this, and then I want to open up with this, and then we are going to jump into a herbal solution. But in the herbal solution that we're talking about is Bodoc root. Okay. So let me know if you've heard of that herb before. Let me know. I'm sure you have. I know you have, but let me know. Learning different ways to care for your hair. Okay. So This comment that I'm going to share now is going to be a opening for the conversation that we're going to get into with herbs. And this is why. I know you're probably like, why would you open with this? Why would you just hop right into the herbal information? But this is because we need to rebuild our foundations. One of our main problems is we'll constantly go to different solutions. Like the new solution everybody has now is herbs. And as an herbalist, I understand how herbs work, and I understand that if you don't get your overall foundations right, nothing that you ingest, nothing that you take, nothing that you put on the body, in the body, nothing will work if you don't get the foundations together. All right. So this is why I am going here first. And I don't know why phones are ringing. Okay. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, family. Can everybody hear me okay? Just made. Oh, listen, we're about to get into it heavy, but I need us to get our foundations together. Because if we don't get our foundations together, nothing that I say tonight is gonna matter. None of it is gonna matter if we don't get it. So a little backstory while I'm going to it. First of all, I check comments in the morning, right? Not first thing in the morning when I wake up. I mean, like when I get done with my own routines, my own patterns. It's one of the first things that I do as I start my work day, right? Checking comments is a part of the job. It's just something to do, right? So most of the time, most of the comments, the negative comments that I get, or not even negative ones, but ones that sound more like debating and combative are ones that I delete. But this time I didn't. And the reason that I'm opening up with this is because I need y'all to hear and understand my heart and my intentions and why I'm doing this. I'm not, let's get into it. So the context of this in the live that I did before, she had brought up doing the two-strand twist, and then she went to work and she was hurt because the her boss was like, oh, why didn't you finish your hair? And it hurt her feelings. So give me a 4 if you remember that, right? So it stemmed from here. So, and I'm not mad at you, boo, if you in here, the one who made that comment, but that's why I say sometimes I really think about the things that y'all say, because when you just throwing stuff out there, it starts dumpster fires, right? But this is one of many comments that I deleted, but it's a very good opening. Anyway, okay. So I'm gonna have to read it on my phone because that is too small. But I'm sure y'all won't want to take a screenshot. Okay. So now, as long as this message is right now, we are reading it together for the very first time. I stopped reading after the first period, like because I was just starting my work day. So I'm like, I cannot, like, I'm not about to take this in as soon as I get up in the morning. I read the first sentence, then commented back. Okay. So she said, I was with you until you said twist was not a hairstyle. I fairly new to the channel, but I noticed you only wear your hair straight all the time. Why? Serious question. I'm a licensed cosmetologist as well. That is insane. That's insane. That's okay, sorry. Sorry. See, we reading it at the same time. What white people do to style their hair is not what Afro hair is subject to. Obviously, you and I both see the difference. It's about how to properly present yourself in confidence. Then you bring up celebrities. Lady, that is not the majority of your world. They are pressured to look a certain way. But like you said, you're not here to change our minds, and you're free to think what you want to. My response to her was, the fact that I was live for almost 3 hours and that's all you collected shows where your mind is. You have a lot to learn, and there are hundreds of videos. I only straighten my hair once every 10 weeks. Thanks for watching. Her response was, I knew what you were saying, ma'am, but dating twist, I'm sure she was saying, but saying twist, Lord, but dating twist isn't a hairstyle, is not a fact. That's for showing, thanks for showing data. But ma'am, where is the data on twist not being a hairstyle? Thanks for spreading facts. Yeah. And then my response to her was, okay, go back and forth with yourself, sis, with hearts. And then she said no facts. And my response to her was, because at this point, this is like the next day. This is this morning. And that's when I decided, you know what? I'm going to add her to our live broadcast. So that's when I told her, you're going to be an example for my live today. Thanks for the content. Cute photo. I'll address you. And because you're a perfect example of what I talk about on my channel. So now you can see what I'm talking about. Now, when I say what I'm about to say in this video, I need y'all to really, really hear me when I say that I will tell you when it's an opinion, and I'll tell you when I'm talking facts, right? When we are talking about hairstyles, I need y'all. I'm about to be funny real quick, but I'm serious, right? I'm about to be funny, but I'm serious because I want us to get out of emotion and I want us to be in logic. And let's be real. Let's keep it 100. And then let's get into facts because, yes, I'm a scientist. And yes, I do have a brilliant mind, but I'm a human being like you, sis. And right now, I want to be talking as like your sister, like I'm your friend. And this is the thing: if you are a cosmetologist that's soft like her, please leave, because I'm not here for you, and I'm not going to speak for you. I'm not going to change myself. I'm not going to do that. But if we on the same page and we sis, or bro and sis, you know what I'm saying? Like, get some tea, get some drink. What you drinking? But soft people, please leave because I'm not here for you. But I want to address this really quick because what I'm going to say today is going to trigger the girls that are like her. So I want to address this first and then I want to get into the rest of it. And it's going to be funny, but I only want the only people that I want to stay here are the real people. I want the real people to stay here. So before I show this video real quick, right before I make this point, being childish but serious, we're saying that when we're talking about two-strand twist not being a hairstyle, I'm literally talking about women who will, like, you'll maybe have like 6 twists just randomly in your head, like 3 over here, 3 over here, and you like, y'all, I'm going outside, love me for me, right? That's what I said isn't a hairstyle. So real quick, this is from all of our childhood. This is from all of our childhood. All right. So you know where I'm going, right? I just got a question real quick. I just got a question. Let's just watch this little clip real quick. I'm gonna take myself off the screen. I ain't gonna make it all the way big, but I'm gonna just play this real quick.
Big it
is. What's up, Craig? What's up, Smokey?
Nothing.
Question: what is the difference between Felicia's hair and the thing that you guys are trying to call hairstyle? I'm not being a smart ass. I'm not being rude. I just really want to know. I'm not being rude. What is the difference? It is not a rhetorical question, but what is the difference? This is what Felicia did when she didn't feel like doing her hair. This is what Felicia did because she didn't have time for all of that. She was trying to get $20. She ain't have time. This was, so I'm not being rude. I really want to know. I'm not being. I know it sounds. Oh, I know it sounds like I'm being childish and rude. I know it do, but I'm not. in real life, what is the difference between what y'all are saying is a hairstyle and this?
What y'all
This is
standing on?
exactly
Nothing. What
how
you
y'all
want?
look when y'all do
Oh,
2-strand twists and go
I need to
outside.
borrow your car
This,
right quick. What kind of shit is that?
what
How
kind
you
of
gonna
shit
borrow
is that,
sugar?
y'all?
Even ketchup?
This,
You
what
wanna
are we
borrow my
talking
car?
about? Is this, that's
Hell
not a,
no.
listen,
Hell on.
y'all,
Who
come
wants to
on,
borrow a joint?
listen. This is it. Stop playing with me, dog. I'm not, I know somebody gonna be in their feelings. Somebody, I'm a cosmetologist. You rule. We black. We supposed to have each other back. There's gonna be somebody who's offended by this. What is the difference? I'm not being rude. I need somebody to explain it to me. I'm not being rude. I'm not being rude. I'm so serious. Can somebody in the comments real quick explain what is the difference between the 2-strand twist that y'all do that y'all call hairstyles and Felicia? Now, since I was a little girl, this been crackhead stuff. So I'm just trying to feel what is the difference. And I'm not being rude. I'm just being real. Okay. And I know it's something that most people won't. I know it's not like I'm being like childish and stuff, but I'm really for real. Like, what is the difference? And I'm not saying, oh, never wear your hair like that. And this is the thing. Y'all don't see me every day. Most of the time, whenever I film a video, most of the time, whenever y'all see videos that I filmed, and you're like, oh, you always wear your hair straight. It's like I'll film like 5 videos in one day. And I'm only posting like one video a week, sometimes two. So when you say, oh, you always wear your hair straight, you don't see me all the time. You only see the videos that I post. And then we've already talked about that previously. Now, this is the thing. For me, everybody always wants to say, oh, other races. Listen, because it was something that I saw. Another thing, there's always something going viral with Black women being outraged um, about a Black woman being outraged for something and something. It's always something, right? So it doesn't have anything to do with that. But this is the thing. It doesn't have anything to do. I'm not bringing this up. You guys saw the comment. It's not a comparison with Black women and other women. What I want y'all to see is that, for one, you're talking to a scientist. A scientist, I'm not looking at like, oh, this race against this race and this race is better. No, when you're doing experiments, you have to get all the different variables. So we're not doing, oh, this race is better than this race. No, take that out. If you're here, take that out. Take that emotion out. So think about it. Everybody's like, oh, well, our natural hair, the way our curls look, there is no, please name for me the group of women that you know that just wet their hair and like just go outside all the time. The majority of women that you see of all races have taken the time to do their hair. Nobody like washing, really, nobody really does a wash and go, but do you understand what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not, and I don't want to get too deep into that, because do what you want to do with your hair, right? I'm a cosmetologist. So for the last 12 years, the Team Natural community has been like taken over. As a cosmetologist, even when I was standing behind the chair doing hair professionally, which I did for well over a decade, I have always felt the same way. I've never been, when I was doing hair, it may be like it's like that now because natural stuff, stylists had to hairstylists had to move with the times. But when I was doing hair, there was never any service that anybody wanted to book of 2-strand twist. Put 4 of them in my head real quick, and I'm going outside. I'm about to be cute. Just put 4 of them in my head. 4 little twists. Yes. It's never happened before. I've never got anybody to book me and pay me money to put 4 dookie braids in their hair just randomly placed. Like, that's crazy. So today, as we having this conversation, I really want us to be in a place where we can really have some real conversations absent of emotion, right? And the thing is, please, this is the thing. Because I am a scientist, right? I love debating. Listen. So say what you want to say. But when you say it, make sure you come with facts. Don't just come with an opinion, because I murder opinions. Let's not do opinions. Opinions get us nowhere. Let's talk about facts. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. I'm not saying that it's a fact that's not a hairstyle. That makes no sense. But you went to cosmetology school, and tell me when that was the style on state board. They ain't teach flat twist. I mean, 4 dookie braids one day, Miss Cosmetologist. You should probably not tell people you a cosmetologist. Ooh. Anyway, let's get into some of y'all comments, and then we're going to get into the wonders of Bodoc Group. But I want us to first understand that we have to have our patterns in check, y'all. Like, we cannot, where's that comment? We cannot constantly be like, oh, I'm just gonna be lazy. And because I'm sorry, just putting 4 twists in your head looking like Felicia is laziness. I'm sorry, it's not a hairstyle. I'm sorry, it's not. And we've been talking about Felicia since we were little girls. So how come all of a sudden, what happened to where the hairstyle that, Craig, can I borrow your VCR real quick? When did Felicia's hairstyle become a hairstyle? And I'm not being a smart ass. I really want to know, because I've been doing hair for 10 years and I ain't never seen it. Hold on. So I just want us to be realistic. We're gonna go into this, but I want us to be able to have like real conversations, because I can't get results with fake people. I can't do it. That's why that's why I started with that. I cannot get results with fake people who are not accountable. I can't do it. Emotional women, cosmetologists like her that want to, I can't do it. Let's not. I'm not here for y'all. I love y'all. I love everybody. I do. With the love of the moon, I do, but I'm not doing it. All right? All right. You've heard about that group. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So we good? Who got good hair, Felicia? Hmm. So I know about Felicia. Has two. Oh, that's what's up. Listen. Ooh, tell your daughters I said hey. I do wash and goes daily. You should stop. Nobody's hair should be wet every day. You're gonna give yourself Hydra Fatigue. I cure it. I cure it on a weekly basis. On a weekly basis, you're going to cause Hydra Fatigue. Now that is natural out there. Some women just don't care and learning to embrace their hair. But this is the thing. I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm not being rude to you. I'm just not. I'm not being rude, but we about to hop right into this science, because it's like As a Black woman, I would get so lost in my thoughts and so distracted and sidetracked talking about that. Like, listen, if you are a woman who finds her divinity in the way her hair coils, then by golly, do your thug thizzle. I can't. We're in two different worlds, right? I have been a licensed cosmetologist since I was 19. The idea of getting up, putting some products in your hair and walking out the house is foreign to me. It will never be something that makes sense to me. It will never be something that I agree with. I am going to agree to disagree with y'all. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. My life has been about setting and resetting the bonds and having healthy hair. That's not it. So it doesn't make sense. And I don't have a desire to change our minds and approve anything to anybody. So I'm going to bow out and say, if you want to wash your hair every day, if you want to look like Felicia from Friday every day, that is fine. But do not force other people to think that you don't look like the crackhead that Felicia looked like in the video. I love you. Do your thug thistle. If you want to wash your hair every day, I have hundreds of videos on my channel talking about Hydra Fatigue. What happens when you do that? If you still want to do it, do it. And then after you get done planning your hair and you decide you want to stop, come back to my videos and watch the ones where I'm teaching you what to do to fix it. But I'm done trying to change your mind. Do what you want to do. Okay, let's go. My daughter is in her 40s and she's having some issues. Was your daughter on the Team Natural hack stuff? Was she doing that before when she was in her 30s? So why exactly? That's why I'm a bow out. Y'all do what y'all want to do. We about to move on. I'm gonna get to y'all comments and then y'all go ahead. That's what I'm saying. And most Black women are gonna get offended when I say this. I don't care. I've been doing hair for over a decade. It is completely insane to say that you don't feel like doing your hair when you don't feel like doing your hair once a week, right? Or once every 2 weeks. When there are women who wash and blow dry their hair and flat iron it every single day before they go to work. And it's like, oh, our hair is curly, so it takes longer. Baby, curls, the way I blow dry curly hair and the way that I blow dry somebody with naturally straight hair is not different. I use the same round brushes and the same flat brushes. There's no difference. I use the same paddle brush. I mean, I use the same blow dryer. I don't use a different blow dryer. I don't. Then on top of that, these women from other races have hair down here. So you got hair to your ass that you are washing, conditioning, putting leave-in conditioner in, round brushing, and flat ironing every single day before you go to work. And y'all complaining about washing y'all hair once a week or once every 2 weeks? Like, what are we talking about? Then it's like, oh, I'm Black, I'm natural, I'm proud. Listen, do y'all understand? Do y'all understand that Black women are not the only women with curly hair? But y'all don't know it because they all wash and blow dry their hair every day. I've done all races of women's hair. When I say I've had over 45,000 clients, they were not all Black. I did hair in Las Vegas, Nevada. You gotta go in certain areas to find Black people. Those women have thick ass hair. Like, I had a client, she was not from Rome. It's right on the tip of my tongue. I cannot get it out. Not right. Anyway, it'll come to me in a minute. Russian. Sorry. She was Russian. That's a blown out. Her hair was about this big. When it was straight, it was down here. She shampooed and blow dried her hair every day. Your hair, if you even if your hair is super curly, if it hit right here, the time that it takes you to do your hair ain't nothing compared to how long it take her to do her hair. And peep game. Oh, why am I getting darker? Peep game. When it comes to Asian, listen. So you may think that Asian hair is easier to do than black hair is because black hair is curlier. Girl, bye. Like Asian hair is so thick. The actual hair strand, like under an electron microscope, is thick. It's like one Asian hair strand is like three black hair strands. Like it so, and there are Asian women who shampoo and blow dry their hair every day or every other day. So no, it's laziness. I'm sorry. And until we break old foundations that were not strong enough for us to stand on, we're going to constantly be in the same stuff because it's an excuse. It's laziness. Black women are not the only women with curly hair, but you never see it because everybody else shampoos and blow dries their hair. Even if they're not flat ironing it, they're blow drying it. That's what dry shampoo is for. By the end of the week, the hair that they flat iron that was once like oily and stuff, they get some dry shampoo, hit it up with the blow dryer again, and then boom, there they go. They can get an extra 2 days, so they don't have to wash it every day. They can wash it every 2 days. It's laziness. Black women are not the only women with curly hair, but they're the only ones walking around. I want the right to wear my hair curly. It's like, what is happening? Find your pride somewhere else. Because you finding if you find your pride in wearing your hair natural, wearing your hair curly, that's fine. But guess what? There are a lot of women who don't. There are a lot of women who don't. So find the thing that works best for you. Does that mean flat ironing your hair all the time? Absolutely not. No. You don't have to flat iron it. Most women who blow dry their hair wash their hair every day, they don't even flat iron it. They use a blow dryer. You can do that too. Like Olaplex 6 is meant for somebody who just wants to do a blowout. So like I said, a woman who blow dries her hair every day, they round brush it. And as they round brushing, they use an Olaplex 6 and it's a smoother. And it's smoothing the crap out of their hair. That's why on the back of the bottle, it says that it'll last for up to 72 hours because it'll keep their cuticle smooth for 72 hours. And then Olaplex has a dry shampoo that you can go and spray on there and you can blow dry it again and make your hair bouncy again, give you an extra couple of days. But they still washing their hair on a regular basis. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna sit here and try to make y'all feel better about being lazy. That's laziness. No. Felicia's hairstyle is not a hairstyle. And as a cosmetologist, you a clown. I'm sorry for even trying to argue with me on it. You a cosmetologist, but wearing your hair in 4 or 5 plaits is a style? Like, sis. Like, really. Like let's be for real so we can get results because at the end of the day if and the thing is this and somebody gonna get offended when I say this, if that's who cosmetologists are, I understand 100% why y'all lost. If the chick who commented that on my page is the cosmetologist that y'all have now, I want to first say I apologize for any time that I made y'all feel like y'all were the problem or y'all were the ones incompetent because I really didn't like, and I'm a cosmetologist. It's like there are people who do what I do who went to the same state board that I went to that think like YouTubers that don't know nothing. It's crazy. And like I said, I apologize. A nigga didn't know. He didn't know. I didn't. I'm sorry. What hairstyles would you suggest? It depends on your lifestyle. So when people ask me what hairstyles I suggest, it's dependent on your lifestyle and your patterns. Yes, you should blow dry your hair, of course. We're not walking out the house with it wet. Listen, it doesn't matter if you're walking out of the house with it wet. When you wet your hair, you break the hydrogen bond. When you break the hydrogen bond, you cause your follicle to swell and unswell. The hair's follicle should not swell and unswell multiple times a day or multiple times a week without being dried properly. And if you are doing a wash and go, I know you may think that you're drying your hair properly, but sis, using a diffuser on your hair ain't drying nothing. Do you understand? You have the average person has 100,000 follicles on their scalp, and each follicle has anywhere between 1 to 4 strands. A diffuser was not made to dry the hair 100%. It was not. I've been doing hair for over a decade. A diffuser was not made to dry the hair 100%. It was not. A diffuser is supposed to be used to get the curl shaped, and then you're supposed to go under the dryer until the scalp dries completely, so that way your hair is completely back set. The hydrogen bond is back set 100% before you walk out. So this is what I mean. I'm not being rude, but I'm not here to argue or go back and forth with women who just do their hair for fun. This is what I've been doing my entire life. If you're doing wash and goes, my love, you are playing in your hair. A diffuser is not meant to dry the hair strand 100%. It is not. It was never formulated to do that. That is why when you receive a blow dryer, they give you a diffuser and the focuser. If the diffuser was enough, they would just give that to you by itself. But they don't. You'll never go buy a diffuser by itself like that. It's always going to come plus one. They don't sell just a blow dryer with a diffuser. They sell it as an attachment, or you can buy the attachment separate. But they don't just sell those type, like, no, because it's not meant to dry the hair 100%. It's not. So again, a wash and go is not a hairstyle. I use the diffuser, that's not drying your hair. And then you doing that every single day is not healthy for the hair shaft. Even though I said, oh, there are women who wash their hair every day, they shouldn't. My clients that were not Black, there were multiple races, when they would come in and say, oh, I wash my hair every day, I would say, no, stop shampooing your hair every day. Try not to do it more than twice a week. Try not to do more than twice a week. And the days in between that, use a dry shampoo. So even my other clients who had naturally straight hair that would want to shampoo their hair every day, I would tell them not to. Because they can get Hydra fatigue or alopecia, or their hair will start thinning out faster, or their hair will get gray faster. When your hair goes gray, your hair is losing the melanin that lives within the cortex of the hair shaft. If you are wetting your hair every day, you are making the cuticle weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. And the weaker you make the cuticle of the hair shaft, the less protection the cortex has. The cortex is where your melanin and the sulfur linkages live that are making your hair curly in the first place, and where the melanin that's making your hair whatever color it is in the first place. I'm sorry that it makes y'all feel good, but wash and goes don't have longevity. Why do you think so many Black women have the same scalp and follicle disorders? You bring me a woman with psoriasis eczema or seborrheic dermatitis, and I bet money she either at one point used to grease her scalp all the time or she uses some type of grease, oil, or butter on her scalp. It's a fact. Most women, even some of y'all favorite YouTubers that have psoriasis and stuff like that, they all grease their scalp and use Blue Magic, every last one. I cure it on a regular basis. I'm telling you what I know. Oh, she uses relaxer. Listen to me. Hair growth. Everybody's hair grows. Your dog's hair grows. Just because somebody's hair is long doesn't mean that it's healthy. I went viral on YouTube from doing women's hair who think the way that you think. They would come in and their hair would be down here. Yes, I've been doing Team Natural. I've been doing twist. All I've been doing is twist out. I haven't been using no heat. I haven't used no heat on my hair. Then you're the first person to put heat on my hair in 6 years. You're the first person to put heat on my hair in 5 years. All I do is twist. All I do is shampoo and wash and go. I use coconut oil. I use rice water, nipple juice. I use apple cider vinegar as a clarifier to wash my hair. All of the stuff that y'all swear by. I am not no rookie. I've been doing this for over a decade. Most of y'all that's talking, most of y'all that's asking questions are under 30. The Team Natural community been out for 12, 13 years. So if you under 25, you don't even know hair before Team Natural. So I love you, but I'm not about to go back and forth. Not you. I love you, but I'm not about to go back and forth with y'all about this. What are we talking about? No. Like, they would come in with hair today, like I'm talking hair down here. Some of y'all favorite YouTubers got the videos to prove it. What you mean? They just not on my channel no more because I was sick of it. Women coming to me getting their hair straightened before they get their hair straightened. Them little 2-strand twists y'all love to do. Them little 4, little 6, little 7, little 8, little plaits y'all love to do. Oh, they hair be looking beautiful, like shiny, thick, vibrant. And then once I blow dry and straighten it, you can see through to their soul. Length means nothing. Everybody's hair grows. The problem with Black women is not hair growth. The problem is retention. Absolutely, they retain some length, but that shit would be see-through. And I'm telling you what I know. A lot of y'all are new. But one day, actually, my next video, because I think some of y'all need to visually see it. Some of y'all need to visually see what I'm talking about. Like, just because, oh, the 2-strand twist, I'm not speaking against 2-strand twist because I'm like, oh, Black, no, that's what I used to do. On my channel, when y'all see all of those girls where they hair all see-through and they all getting their hair cut off, they all did 2-strand twist. They all thought 2-strand twist was a hairstyle. They all thought that putting all of those products in their head and twisting it up and for years and they getting all this length and they just keep stretching it. Oh, it's long, it's long, it's long. Yeah. And then they come sit in my chair and then we straighten it out and it's long, but it's see-through. Because you walking around with wet hair, so you breaking your hair off. You detangle your hair wet, and every time you combing through your hair, you got clobs of hair in the brush. That's not normal. Y'all detangling y'all hair with conditioner. Y'all snatch y'all hair out all the time. I don't care what none of y'all are talking about. That's not a hairstyle. Like, y'all are not going to make it a hairstyle. It's not. I'm sorry. It's not. And I did it for over a decade. For over a decade, all I did was go to work and fix what y'all think is a hairstyle long term. It is not. Yes, okay, as a Black woman, be proud of yourself, be confident in yourself. Have a day, have a week that you wear your hair natural. If that's what you want to do, okay. But no, it is not just the only way that you should wear your hair, period. And if that's what you want to do, if all you about is a vanity metric, then okay, because that's what it's about. I'm Black, I got an afro. As a Black woman, you are not the only people on this earth with curly hair. You are not. But you're the only ones who find their divinity in it. That's the only difference. And I'm sorry if that's hard to hear, but it's true. There are women from other cultures who have big curly hair. Like, and like, come on. And a lot of races have curly hair, but you don't know because they don't just walk outside with wet hair. Like, come on. Anyway, I'm done talking about it. Girl, go ahead. Do your thing. How old are you? And when is the last time you've actually seen it? Okay, I'm sorry, sis. I'm done. I can't. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, but I can't. Anyway. Yeah, it'd be breaking off, even get lazy or just too much. I'm a stylist 18 years. Oh, do you like it? Thank you. I didn't cut all my hair off. It's just y'all know my hair be like super oily. So I ain't cut it off. It's all still here and stuff, but it's all still here. But it's oily, so after I like, cause you it's oily, so it's flat. But just imagine once I like. Mhm. Anyway, yeah, I'm sorry. I can't today. Thank you. Like it's so annoying. And I'm sorry. I love y'all, but we about to hop into this butter group, and I can't. It is so annoying. It's so annoying. It's so annoying that we're so. It's annoying. I love y'all, but we moving on. I'm not. I cannot keep giving my. I cannot. I can't. My soul cannot keep take. Can't take having no more of these fucking team natural conversations. Like I can't do it anymore. Like I really can't. So today we are going to talk about my new abstract. Oh, burdock blue. So this is a mixture of burdock root and blue butterfly pea flower extract. All right. So and it's them mixed together, both of those herbs together. But you guys already know all about blue tea, blue flower. So today we are gonna go deeper into burdock root. So give me a 5 if you are familiar with this herb, if you've ever used it before. Excuse me. Let's see. Stay straight. Something for me. That's what I'm saying. You can't see it, and it's not like, come on. Oh my God, as a Black woman, stop making yourself so fucking small. Like, why are you making yourself so small? Do you understand that as a Black woman, like, you can do everything? You have something like your hair is the curly is. It can be straight, wavy, like you can bounce from house to house. Really, like beat it. Okay, y'all got it. No, it's not oil for your hair. I do not sell hair products. I do not sell hair products. Now we'll get into it over this lesson that we're about to jump into, but you can use this as a scalp tonic. Now, The way that you use it as a scalp tonic, all you're going to do, you would get a half a cup, and this is for all of my extracts, but remember, you have to know about each herb and what you're using it for and blah, 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 blah. And we're going to talk about what buttock root is for in a minute. But all you would do, you would get like a half a cup of water. Of course, it's going to be like purified water to about 5 to 6 drops, just 5 to 6 drops. You are not pouring this. No, this is highly concentrated. Some people do a process that'll take like maybe like a couple of days, like doing it doing it like the fast way. The way that I extract my herbs, and I make these all myself. And the way that I extract it is long and slow. It takes 30 days. It is extremely potent. You do not pour this in your head. No. So, like I said, you'll take about 8 drops of that to about a half a cup of purified water. And then you can like either put it on a cotton ball or you can put it in a spray bottle and like spray it on your scalp and then put a plastic processing cap on no longer than 20 minutes and then shampoo it out with a clarifying shampoo. The only thing you're going to be doing is killing bacteria. And we'll get a little bit deeper into it now, but that's with any extract. My extracts are water soluble and it's not made with oil. So this isn't an oil that you're putting on your scalp. It's not an oil. It is an actual extract, right? It is all of the elements of whatever plant that we're working with in a bottle. So it's burdock root and blue butterfly pea flower in a bottle, right? In a liquid form. All right. So that is what it is. It's not a oil for the hair. So thank you for I was hard to hear, but I don't even know what I'm saying yet. But okay, so let's get into our group. And I know like some things will be hard to hear, but it's like y'all, we gotta get tougher. We have to be able to receive, like we have to be able to like hear each other, right? Like we have to be at a place where we can receive positive and negative criticism. We have to be in a place where we hear things that we probably haven't heard before. Like you don't have the answers. If you had all the answers, you wouldn't have a problem. If you had all the answers, you would be a millionaire because you could give it to everybody. So again, I'm not saying anything is absolute. If you can, it's all absolute for me. You don't have to believe it if you don't want to, but I only present facts to you. Like I said, that was my opinion. I think that's dusty. As a hairstylist, that's my opinion. But as a with the two strand twist and stuff like that, that's just my opinion. But anyway, let's hop into this, you guys. So really quick, give me a 2 if you've heard of burdock root before. Give me a 2 in the chat. That's why I love watching you when I can catch you. All right, so this is one of my favorite herbs. All right, my favorite herbs. Now, it is really, really prominent in Chinese herbal medicine, and it is really, really, really popular in Western medicine as well, right? And its properties are so amazing because it's all about the detoxifying properties, right? So it's not just detoxifying from like environmental pollutions, but it actually helps to detoxify the blood. All right, now incorporating burdock root into your different diets and things of that is so freaking amazing. So this is something that I really, really want everybody to think about. All right, so there are so many different ailments and illnesses that go into you having different toxins still within the body, right? Most people think that dandruff, like if you see dandruff or anything like that, or dry scalp or anything like that, the very first thing that you want to do is say, okay, well, there must be something wrong, right? There must be something wrong. My scalp is dry. I have dandruff, but that's not true. Dandruff is an overgrowth of sebum and bacteria. Okay, so remember that some studies do suggest, though, that an imbalance of toxins within the body may contribute to the overgrowth of yeast within the hair's scalp, right? So, this is something that I really, really want you to think about. If you have a lot of toxins in the body, remember, we're talking about the inside of the body. Yes, you can use this for the scalp, for, we already talked about that, but we're talking about the inside of the body. When we're talking about the inside of the body, you having an imbalance of the yeast that's on your scalp can be slowed down through ingesting things in the gut. The second thing is psoriasis. Now, most people don't really know the exact causes of psoriasis. When doctors say that they don't know the exact causes, when you really look into the study, right? The certain people that have psoriasis on a regular basis, they do not have enough data on their everyday patterns that lead to psoriasis in the first place. But a large number of my clients had psoriasis of the scalp for a long time. The majority of their life, they stopped greasing their scalp, the psoriasis went away. Okay. And not only does greasing the scalp, like limiting the amount of grease that you add to the scalp, slow down psoriasis, but you changing your diet and the toxins that are in your body. But guess what? Sometimes changing your diet isn't enough, right? Let's say you've been eating bad like for the last 30 years. You changing your diet for 6 months is not going to do anything. You have 30 years of gook within your body. Well, guess what? Burdock root gets rid of it. It cleanses the blood, it cleanses your kidneys and your liver, right? But if your body is clogged up, if your body is clogged up with toxins, your body is not able to break down and release the things that it needs to release. Seborrheic dermatitis is another one, which is really similar to dandruff because dandruff is a mild version of seborrheic dermatitis, and it is also linked to an overproduction of yeast and sebum within the hair's follicle. Okay, so the thing is that the level of toxins within the body lead to an imbalance, right? So the more toxins you have within your body, the more your body is off whack, is overproducing sebum, is overproducing yeast because it's off balance, right? And another thing that could do that is our practices with our scalp, from a manual perspective, like our styles and stuff, the diffuser that y'all talking about, y'all love to use. When you use a diffuser, you do not get the scalp. And when you don't get the scalp, you create an amazing environment for yeast and bacteria. Now, your hair can grow very, very long, absolutely. But what you won't notice until it's too late is the amount of hair follicles that are beginning to die. So, if you are a person who does wash and goes all the time and you are always combing through your hair, you have to comb through it every day and you're losing hair every day, that is all going to add up long term. Straighten your hair, you're going to see exactly where all of that hair that's in your brush is coming from. I'm telling you what I know. This is another thing that goes into hair loss. Any type of environmental toxins, pollutions, and heavy metals really, really impact hair loss. Now, burdock root is known to help the body to push out heavy metals and different things like that, different type of environmental pollutions that you could breathe in the body and all things like that. But again, if you are a person who doesn't shampoo your hair like you're really supposed to on a regular basis, then this again can be something that can lead to an overproduction of sebum, an overproduction of bacteria within the follicle, and overproduction of yeast. All right, so these are all things that you have to think about. And itchy scalp, people who have really, really itchy scalp, a lot of times what is happening is you just have too many toxins on the scalp, and this will contribute to itchiness. And I know it looks like I skipped over hair loss, but I didn't. Environmental toxins and pollutions and heavy metals are really, really, really almost number one. Almost not all, they're not actually number one, but almost number one for hair loss. You know why? It disrupts the natural hair growth cycle. I didn't just make that whole series on the hair growth cycle for nothing. All right. The natural hair growth cycle is disrupted by stress, is disrupted by blocking the follicle, is disrupted. Listen to me. It is disrupted by you wetting the hair every day. And hear me, if you are under 30 and you do wash and goes and all of that, you ain't there yet, baby. Hit 35. And if you over 35 and you doing it, hit 60. I have 70-year-old clients, y'all. Some of my clients are 70. The majority of my clients are between the ages of like 30, 35, like 30, yeah, like 35 and like 70, 75. And the majority of them are more on the like between the 50 and 75 range. It's a fact. All right. So burdock root has detoxifying effects. And it is so amazing because it is all from all of these compounds that it has. So it has a massive amount of antioxidants that go into helping the body to push out all of the different bacteria and things that the body holds. It cleanses your blood, it cleanses your urine. There are so many different things that these compounds do. The first one, listen, a probiotic fiber. Listen, we always talk about taking probiotics, right? We're always talking about taking probiotics, but some plants are natural prebiotics, I'm sorry. Buttock root is one of those. Okay. So it's a fiber that's found in burdock root that promotes the growth of beneficial health gut bacteria that aids in digestive health, contributing to toxins being eliminated out of your body. All right. So this is a natural prebiotic. All right. And burdock root is like that in general. We had burdock root in the apothecary as like a dry herb. It's coming back soon, but we wanted to release the extract first, right? Next up is the compound that is so amazing for is anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties. It is, listen, it's crazy. It's crazy, freaking amazing. It's crazy, freaking amazing. And it literally powers up the body's immune system. So not only are you flushing out the things that don't belong there, you also help the body to get rid of stuff. So if you're a person who suffers from IBS, if you're a person who like it's really, really hard for you to go to the bathroom, or if you're stuck on the bathrooms in the bathroom for long periods of time, and you just need help like releasing and breaking things down, or if you want a natural prebiotic, like it's really, really a good option. It's a really, really, really good choice. All right. So this is what I really, really want you to think about, because it is also rich in an antioxidant that helps to neutralize free radicals within the body. And this also plays a major role in the detoxification of your gut, and your blood. So it's so important, y'all. Like burdock root is a powerhouse that everybody needs to have in their house. All right. So I really want you guys to go over all of this, right, within my blog post, because I break everything down like word for word, verbatim. If there is one abstract out of all of the ones that I have, this is the one that I really, really recommend for you guys to try out, because it really, really breaks things down from the inside out. Because a lot of times the thing that most people get confused about is just the simple fact that it's really, really hard to grow their hair, and you think that it's coming from an external source. But what if your skin issues and what if the problems that you're having with your hair growth cycle are all coming from you having an imbalanced gut, or you having like too many different types of toxins in your body? Like there's no better herb to have than one that is great on cleaning the blood. All right. It's so freaking important. And this is really, really important to take something that has really, really good anti inflammatory properties. So, before we go along any further, I do want to head over and see if you guys have any questions or comments. Hold on. Oh, I think I see my scientist friend in the room. Hey, girl. I don't know why it's looking so dark. I'm gonna get up and change it in a minute. Hey, scientist friend. Made a bulletproof hashtag. Yes. 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 That's what I'm talking about. And that is like, it's freaking amazing. Yes. No, don't take it if you're pregnant. And this is the thing. There are a lot of herbs that you can't take when you're pregnant. So if you're pregnant, that's for any herb, make sure you check with your doctor first. Yeah, guys, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you for asking this question for me. Thank you, boo. I need to make you a moderator. I'm gonna do it later. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back, dear friends. All right. So, does anybody have any questions before we keep going? Let me know. I'll keep oh, I didn't mean to do that ghetto snap lip pop in your ear. I'm sorry. Okay, so when it comes to acne, right? It has great anti-inflammatory properties because it helps the body in calming skin inflammation by releasing the things in the body that is causing the inflammation in the first place. A lot of times the things that are causing inflammation are the things that are like living and breathing in the body, right? And the same thing, burdock root's history is so rich. Like the history around burdock root is so rich as it pertains to the elimination of toxins within the body. It's amazing. So you also have to know though that don't like eat double cheeseburgers every day before you go to bed and then be like, it's cool, burdock root gonna do it. Like don't make it too hard. All right. Don't make it too hard. But it is really, really important that you do add something like this to your diet because it's very, very helpful at managing the acne in the first place. Because the thing that's causing the acne to show up in your face to begin with, on your face to begin with, is inflammation. Remember in our last live, give me a two if you were here when we talked about it be when it comes to inflammation or when it comes to a disease, you have first a trigger, then you have inflammation, then the actual disease or disorder, right? So with any form of dermatitis, right? It's not just the result of dermatitis, like the initial thing that you're seeing. The big thing in dermatitis, right, is the action that you need to figure out is what the trigger was. And a lot of times, like for example, with my clients that have because once they my client they don't have seborrheic dermatitis somewhere or whatever they issue is, but my clients that did have seborrheic dermatitis at one point, their trigger was putting oils and butters on the scalp. And after they put oils and butters on their scalp, they started to get the symptoms of seborrheic dermatitis. And then to try to heal the symptoms of seborrheic dermatitis, they would add more oils and butters, which increased the effects of seborrheic dermatitis to the point where it eventually turns into some type of hair or some type of follicle disorder. Okay. So these are things that I want everybody to think about. Again, I want y'all to head over to the blog post so y'all can make sure that y'all read everything, right? But the thing is, Burdock root is amazing because there are a whole lot of different herbs that have properties which it acts as a compound to remove heavy metals like mercury that are all like clogged up within the body. It aids in removal of it. Now, it's a whole lot of evidence on it, but you would have to like really sit there and read through it yourself. But even if you don't find scientific journals on it, just the amount of people that you can meet that use burdock root and witness like almost an instant result is insanity. So it doesn't really make sense for you not to use it too. And this is either with my extract or you can get you, I don't know, figure you get it from somewhere, but get you some burdock. All right. Then it acts as a great aid for kidney and liver support. The kidneys and liver play a vital role in the filtering and detoxifying of the blood. Burdock root is amazing because it has the diuretic properties that may support kidney functions by promoting the elimination of waste, including the potential heavy metals through urine. All right. The herb's historical use in promoting liver health can indirectly contribute to blood purification. So, this is why it is so important. It literally goes into the body and targets the things that are causing the manipulation or the deterioration of the cycles that are taking place in your body, like your hair growth cycle, right? Or like something like your skin cell turnover cycle, or the rate in which sebum is being produced on your face, making it something that helps you to get rid of the bumps and stuff that you have on your face, right? I really hope all of this makes sense, right? So I really want y'all to go into it. I really break things down on a scientific level, but I'm pretty sure everybody doesn't necessarily want to go here with me today because we can get really nerdy. And as you can see, we will be here all day. But I break down the way that you can use my extracts. I break down the way that you use it orally, which is the way that I recommend for you to use it. I recommend you using it orally. Your scalp is only going to absorb 62 to 66% of whatever you put on it, but your gut is going to absorb everything. And all of the properties that we're talking about today are only tackled if you ingest it orally. Now, if you put it on your scalp, it'll help at killing the bacteria that lives on the scalp. And by that bacteria being dead, the hair growth cycle, it'll reset itself, but not all the way if the things that are causing your gut to be slowed down aren't tackled too. So you could use it to kill bacteria on the scalp, but it's really not going to do any justice without it being able to get rid of some of the bacteria that lives other places. All right, so you guys go ahead and start asking some of your questions. I'm gonna look at the ones that we already have. You want to see the spelling of the root? Hold on 1 second. I'll share the screen with you one more time so you can get it. There we go, boo. And there's a link to this blog post right in the description box. So you can head over there. Everybody can head right over there and read the blog post as soon as this live is over. And thank everybody for your orders. I really appreciate you. Sam, what do you think about these aids claim made for use in voter group product? Oh, okay. I'm just, you know how people are. I'm just trying to like Find a delicate way to say this. I think it needs more time. I think that there needs to be more time put into the study for opinions to really be made, because I think so many times uh things come out. Okay, I think most of the time stuff comes out and people just automatically want to be like a number one expert in the thing, right? For example, think about it. Let's say just 5 years ago, nobody cared anything about herbs. Nobody was talking about herbs. No one. There were like a couple of people that were talking about herbs. Nobody was freaking talking about herbs. Just like nobody was talking about Olaplex. But then all of a sudden, everybody or anybody cares about anywhere around the world, Craig, not just the city, but the world, all anybody cares about is Olaplex. I think that right now it's a money grab. And I think anything that people promote as a heal all without any accountability attached to it, like without saying, oh, okay, this will work, but this has to change, this habit has to change, this habit has to change, and then this will happen, then okay. But just the fact that it's like, take this and life will be better. It's like that's what makes it so I'm just like, mm, no. Am I saying that those two roots together don't work? No, that's not what I'm saying, because that is an amazing combination. But it's going to be different person to person depending on what that person's lifestyle is like and like what they're doing. And I think that's like mm, to me, like that's one of the main issues, like one of the main problems with stuff, because everybody's looking for like a quick fix with no accountability. I think you should do a scientific study on it. Because you a scientist like me, right? I know you not gonna mind, but I know you not gonna mind the response that I give. But I don't think other people are gonna be able to handle it the same way that you will. So I want you to do your research, and then maybe you can come on live and we can talk about it together. Because I love me a black woman who knows skin, and I love talking with dermatologists or just estheticians or anybody who deals with skin or who knows skin, because as it pertains to like hair, it's all connected, right? As a cosmetologist, I'm also an esthetician. Like I could say I don't want to do hair no more, and I could give massages and just focus on waxing, and like I could do that. I do. We move in all avenues. I just chose hair, but I know just as much about the skin all over the human body as I do about the hair shaft. That's what cosmetology is. It's not just you don't go to cosmetology school to learn how to hold combs and brushes, but sometimes that's most of the time that's all you focus on because it's the easiest bag. It ain't it's the easiest bag. I'm sorry. An esthetician is a hustler. You hear me? An esthetician that can pay her rent with her job is a hustler, because it's not a necessity. Like getting a massage is something that people can go without. So if you are able to like, if that's your bread and butter and you good on a regular, right? You know, the scientists in me needs clinical studies ran and raw results. Yes. When I read it, I was like, that's a reach. But the thing is, it's not that it doesn't work, because it, like I just told you all about buttercream, but it just depends on the person and what's going on in their body, right? So it depends on, because I know what you're talking about. And they were just making a whole lot of really, really, really big claims, right? And it's not that it's not true. And what one thing that I do want to say, the reason that I'm being careful on what I say isn't because I disagree with the study. That's not it. It's because I don't, just I want you to go research it more. And the more you read on it, the more you're gonna see like, oh, this what she was talking about. Because it's nothing wrong with it at all. And it definitely works. Like, for example, I want you to remember too, as a scientist, you know this, Valium, the drug, is made of valerian root. I got valerian root in the other room. I'll go get it if y'all want to see it. Give me a two if you want to see it. I'll go show it to you. It is made from valerian root. So herbs are more powerful than the pharmaceutical drugs that we use. But what they do, just like I did this form of extraction, right? They just do a more potent version of an extraction, and then they add a whole bunch of additives that make it super addictive, or whatever they need to do to make sure that they can put their name on it. And that's what they do. They put their label on nature. That's it. That's all the pharmaceutical drug is a label on nature. So you know what I'm talking about. You saw it. I was. It was some big claims. Definitely want to conduct a study safely. Protocols are definitely going to take. Yes. Yeah. So, because the thing is, it's not that it can't do the things that it's saying that it can do. It's just that you don't want to hold her. Just like COVID. I mean, just like, sorry, you can't say it no more. Just like that. At one point, everybody was like arguing about it, whether or not you should get it, whether or not you should get the poke and doke. Everybody was like arguing about whether or not you should do it. And there was a whole bunch of people like me that was like, no, because no, wait, don't be the test dummy. Wait, no. And then now we know what happened. So that's all I'm saying. Just let it take time, because everybody's body is different, and I do believe it does work 100%. But as a blanket for everybody, I don't know that yet. So, but Buttart Group is freaking amazing. And even go read my full blog post too. My full blog post will give you a little bit more clarity too on Bodoc Group and what it can do. So now at this point, you guys, I'm going to take a couple of questions from you guys before we end up getting out of here. I just didn't think you guys wanted to see the whole entire script on Bodoc Group, because I get so freaking nerdy. I'm giving you all of the scientific names, all of the different names of each of each different element of Bodoc Root, exactly what it does, how it purifies the blood, how it breaks it down. I also explained in the blog post exactly like how blue butterfly extract adds to it, and what those properties do when they are mixed together. So I really, really want you guys to head over there and read that blog post. But again, I want us to get to a place where we are able to have real conversations without being offended, right? So that way we can really, really get to the bottom of things, and we can really get to information, right? We can really get to some facts, because I think one of the main issues that most people have, right, whenever we are talking about hair growth and stuff, understanding the natural hair growth cycle, is really understanding that it's not as it's really simplistic, right? But it's not as simplistic as something like just putting a product on the scalp and then the hair grows. It doesn't work like that, because when you end up changing the environment of the hair follicle, what you end up doing is changing the natural systems that the body already has moving. So this is why we were talking about Bodoc Root today, because when you have overabundance of toxins within the body, instead of your body following its natural hair growth cycles and all of its natural cycles, what it is doing instead is trying to regulate its natural systems that are now off because of whatever the toxins are that are in your body. So that's why with the question you asked about burdock root, and with that other herb in combination with each other, it's not that it's like, oh, it's just going to cure all of these diseases. That's not what it is. As like, for example, as a scientist, like what we talked about in the last video, in one of my last videos, I don't know if you saw it, but when we're talking about a disorder like, let's say, seborrheic dermatitis, seborrheic dermatitis is the result that you have. So most people, until you go to see a dermatologist and they tell you, oh, this is seborrheic dermatitis, you don't know what it is, right? You just know your scalp is itching and burning, it's flaking, like you have these different symptoms, these different issues, right? But then you are prescribed a medication to fix it, but sometimes it works for a minute, but it comes right back. And that is because there is a system and people skip over 2 steps. Now, you have the disorder, right? You have the form of dermatitis. The derma is seborrheic dermatitis, but there was first a trigger. So it's the trigger, the inflammation, and then the disorder caused by the inflammation, right? So the trigger with seborrheic dermatitis is oil. So once you put the oil in your scalp, you trigger the follicle to become inflamed, and then the inflammation of the follicle leads to seborrheic dermatitis. So when the reason that I'm being like skating over it a little bit is because when, as a scientist, you know that it's not that, oh, burdock root is just going in and killing all of these disorders. No, it's tackling one of the triggers. It's tackling the triggers that are causing the inflammation, killing the bacteria and other things like that, and purifying the blood, because it's like the body being full of toxins. The toxins that are within the body are the triggers that are causing the inflammation that are leading to the diseases. So by the burdock root getting rid of the toxins, there's nothing to trigger the body. And if there's nothing to trigger the body, there's no inflammation. And if there's no inflammation, there's no seborrheic dermatitis, there's no dandruff, there's no anything. Like dementia is inflammation of the brain. But there are other things throughout life that trigger the inflammation of the brain, to the point that the brain is so inflamed that it ends up being dementia. That's how it goes, right? So when it comes to burdock root is getting rid of the toxins that end up causing the inflammation in the first place. And I think the study that is not that they're wrong. I'm not saying that they're wrong. The thing that second herb does, for example, with chicory root and dandelion root, right? The reason that I add those two, those are also great detoxifiers, right? But the thing is, you need 2 herbs sometimes. That's why with the burdock root, I added blue flower, right? For what I wanted to do. But for example, with the chicory root and dandelion root blend that I have, there's one herb that brings the toxins up, right? But sometimes when you get whiteheads and stuff on your face, like I told y'all at the beginning, the skin is the biggest organ on the body. So when you have pimples on your face, toxins are coming out from the inside of the body through the skin, through the pore. All right. So it's the same thing for everything else on the body. Whenever you are dealing with something that is going on within the body, it's going to excrete through your pores. So what something like burdock root does, it goes in and it gets it out. But back to the one blend with the chicory root, one of them gets the toxins up and out of the body. It brings it to the surface. But if you don't have a second herb, everything, all of the toxins are just going to be on the skin. You need something to bring it up, and then you need a second herb to flush it out. So the second herb that is added to the burdock root is just to help burdock root get rid of everything. It is to aid in the detoxifying process. That's the same thing for the chicory root and the dandelion root. One of them brings toxins up out of the body, and the other one flushes them out. One brings it to the surface, one washes it away, right? So that's why understanding herbs is so important. It's not as simple as, oh, I'm gonna just use this one. No, one herb, yes, absolutely, it'll bring all of the toxins up, but then you need something else to flush it out and balance it out. So that's something to think about. Yay, good. Yes, it will all come out through the pores. My dad was freaking out when he first started using burdock root. I said, Dad, that's normal. Toxins are coming out. But see, one thing that you should do, that's why I added this to it. That's why I didn't just do the burdock root by itself. I added the blue flower to it. So maybe you should try that. Add some of the blue flower to it. Add some blue butterfly pea flower, I can't get it out, to it, because, or the other herb that they recommended in that video, because the other herb that they recommended in that video, because the reason that your dad is experiencing that is because you're giving him the burdock root to bring it up, but you're not giving him anything to flush it out. So that's the only reason that's happening. If you combined it with something like blue butterfly flower, it would flush it right out and he wouldn't even notice it. But right now the toxins are just sitting in your on your dad's skin because all you're giving him is something to bring it out. So, and then on top of that too, even though the burdock root will get it out enough, you need to tell your father to drink more water. So he can still take the same thing. You don't have to mix it up, but just increase the amount of water that he's drinking, because you bringing all the toxins up, but you gotta flush them out. He not flushing them out enough. All right. So again, you just got to make sure that whatever you bring to the surface, you brush away. Hey, boo. Yeah, you label because we're about to go. I don't think anybody has any more questions, and we've been on here for like an hour 30. So, the link for everything is in the description box below. I did have somebody ask a question saying that they wanted to join the 7-day challenge, but they couldn't afford it. We have financing on everything, including this abstract, right? So if you guys wanted to get your hands on some burdock blue, that's what I call it, burdock blue. If you guys wanted to get your hands on some of it, you can get this for 4 payments. You can break this down into 4 payments. Not that you need to, but anything. Like I'm telling you, some people order like what somebody ordered a bag of tea that was $16 and they paid for it in 4 payments. So her first payment was like $2. You can do that. So all you're gonna do is go to my website. Hold on, am I logged in? If I'm not logged into my website, I can show you. But I'm logged in, so I can. Sorry. But if you go to my website, add whatever you want to add it to your cart, right? And then go to checkout. I'm talking go to checkout, like put your cart, like the point where you would have to put your card information in, but don't put your card information in. Scroll down under where you put your card information, and it's a little button that says sizzle. And when you click that button, it'll take you over to the website, to a website, and you just follow the promptings on the screen, and then you can set up a payment plan. Whatever the amount is, whatever the ending amount is, they break it down into 4 payments. So if you want to take the 7-day challenge, you can take it, add it to your cart, break it down into 4 payments. You can get this abstract, add it to your cart, break it down into 4 payments. Now, I do make the abstracts by hand. So once they're sold out, that is it. The only ones, I mean, I will make new ones, but they take me a month to make. Um, The only one that I have in abundance is the blue butterfly pea flower. That's the only one that's in abundance. But I have quite a few extracts there, but some of them are behind me. Of course, those are the display ones. But there are extracts behind me. We have quite a few of them. So you guys make sure you check them out. Okay. What is the shelf life? 3 years. 3 years. Because it's not, I don't make them with alcohol. So it's 3 years shelf life. Yeah, you can start after pregnancy. Yes, I'm telling him to put in plenty of water to help flush it out. That's so important. We'll take the blood out, bro. You have to drink plenty of water. Yes, you have to. Because remember, you're flushing out toxins. That's what it's doing. So it needs help. Don't just take it and don't. That's like sweeping and no, that's just like just putting a whole bunch of water, a whole bunch of stuff on the floor. You ain't gonna put no water, ain't gonna get no mop, just leaving it there. The dirt just it's just accumulating. Oh yeah. Yep, so go ahead and do that. I love you guys. Well, thank you guys for making this such a peaceful live for me. I was listening. It's still quite a few of y'all in here. I was gonna let loose and answer all y'all questions today. I was gonna give y'all a free live consult, but it looks like don't nobody got no questions, so I'm about to end my work day for today. Okay, I got a couple orders to pack tonight. I was gonna pack them while we was on live. I mean, not pack them while we was on live, but print a couple labels out while we on live. Mm-hmm. You're welcome, babe. Yeah, but I love you guys. I will see you in my next video, whenever that's gonna be. I think I don't know. I don't know what my next video gonna be. Well, I do know what my next video gonna be, but I don't know how I'm gonna wear my hair in it. But yeah, I love you guys. Good night, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye. See you later. See, this is how you know I love people. Cause real quick, I'm gonna answer this question before I go. You lucky because I was typing on the computer when I was as I was ending it, I was typing on the computer and then I saw your question and you my boo. And I didn't want that's messed up. You spent all that time typing and then I was just going leave off. Um, would you say that getting your hair wet every day is bad and straightening it every day? Yes, it's equally as bad. Yes, ma'am. Okay, yeah, it is just as bad. I just had to come back and answer that because I would have felt bad if we ended this and then tomorrow you wake up and wet your hair and then I didn't say, girl, stop doing that. Then I would have been thinking about it. But now, I mean, like I'm about to go for real, but stop doing it.